Hello, I'm Paul from the Steffi Fans channel. And welcome back to the Absolute Circus. That is our favorite show. If you aren't strapped in yet, grab your emotional support water bottle because today's breakdown is going to send us all into a collective tailspin. Let's get into it. My jaw is literally on the floor right now. Besties, we need to hold a literal intervention right now. I am shaking, I am sweating, and my blood pressure is doing things that require immediate medical attention. Oh my god, I cannot even begin to process the absolute magnitude of the chaos that just exploded on our screens. But we are going to unpack every single agonizing second of it. I am hitting record with eyes completely bloodshot because if I don't trauma dump this entire experience onto you guys right this very second, I am going to spontaneously combust. The sheer audacity, the unbelievable tension, the absolute high stakes drama that just went down with Melissa Dillon is low-key the most stressful thing I have witnessed in my entire life. No cap, I am literally spiraling into the stratosphere. Mainly we have to talk about the absolute monster that is Remy Price. Is it just me? Or did they completely fumble the bag on this one initially only to turn him into the most terrifying, unhinged villain on daytime television? Remy is out here doing the absolute most, and it is making my blood boil. He has backed Melissa Dillon into the most terrifying, suffocating corner imaginable. This isn't just your standard soap opera blackmail where someone overhears a conversation and demands a promotion. Oh no, we are dealing with next level high-tech psychological warfare. Remy is threatening to release highly sensitive, incredibly damaging deepfake videos of Dillon's past. Do you understand the gravity of that? In today's digital age, a deepfake can literally ruin your entire life, obliterate your reputation, and destroy your career before you even have the chance to open your mouth and explain yourself. It is vile. It is disgusting, and I am literally screaming at my screen every time his smug, manipulative face appears. Then we have to look at what this absolute sociopath actually wants from her. He doesn't just want money. He wants access. He wants Dillon to facilitate a secret reunion, a highly dangerous meetup with Deke Sharp. Why Deke? We know Deke is currently being courted for a massive designer opportunity over at Logan thanks to Liam Spencer's meddling, but Remy has his own twisted agenda. Remy is tangled up in some dark, shady history, and he needs Deke to clear his name or whatever manipulative scheme he has cooking in that toxic brain of his. And Dillon is just the pawn. She is the collateral damage in Remy's sick, twisted game. She is being forced to risk everything she has built just to serve as the bridge between the psycho and Deke. Yet the internal struggle that Dillon is going through right now is literally tearing me apart. Let's deep dive into the psychology of Melissa Dillon for a second. This girl has fought tooth and nail to build a respectable, thriving career at Forrester Creations. She has cultivated a pristine reputation. She has worked her way into the inner circle, and she is finally being taken seriously in the fashion world. And now, all of that, every single late night, every single sketch, every single ounce of hard work is dangling by a thread because of these fake, disgusting videos. If Remy hits send on those deepfakes, Dillon's career at Forrester is over. Steffi Forrester Finnegan would have her escorted out of the building by security before the videos even finish buffering. The stakes are astronomically high, and you can literally see the panic radiating out of Dillon's pores. Totally the worst part of all this isn't even the career suicide. It is the absolute betrayal of Elektra Forrester. Dillon and Elektra have this beautiful, trusting friendship. Elektra has welcomed Dillon into her life, completely unaware that Dillon's so-called cousin is actually a dangerous blackmailer with a fake identity. Dillon is agonizing over this. She is wrestling with her conscience, knowing that by helping Remy, she is actively deceiving Elektra. The guilt is eating her alive. You can see the heavy bags under her eyes, the way her voice shakes when she tries to hold it together. She is trapped between protecting her own life and betraying the one person who actually trusts her. It is a no-win situation, and I am low-key devastated for her. I remember back in the day when blackmail on this show was just a simple blurry photo hidden in a manila envelope. Like, remember when people used to just hide behind the fake potted plants at Il Giardino and snap a quick pic with a flip phone? Those were the days, besties. We didn't have to deal with AI and deepfakes and all this hyper-realistic digital manipulation that literally makes my brain hurt. We just had people swapping paternity tests in the lab with a Sharpie. Wait, I'm literally yapping right now. Let's get back to the actual tea. Let's literally paint the picture of what went down because the cinematic execution of this scene was pure art. Dillon pushed to the absolute brink of insanity by Remy's threats, finally caves. She secretly arranges a meeting at her apartment. The vibes in this scene were completely sinister. The lighting was dark. The shadows were literally creeping up the walls. And the tension was so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Dylan is pacing back and forth in her living room, her mind going a million miles an hour. She is sweating. She is panicking. She is literally on the verge of a full-blown panic attack. She knows that the second she lets Remy into her sanctuary, she is crossing a line that she can never ever uncross. Then, the knock on the door. My heart legit stopped beating in my chest. Remy walks in, oozing this toxic, arrogant confidence that makes me want to throw my television out the window. He is completely unbothered by the fact that he is ruining his cousin's life. He is just demanding his meeting with Deke Sharp, completely oblivious to the emotional wreckage he is leaving in his wake. Dylan is standing there, looking like a deer caught in the headlights of a Mack truck, trying to figure out how to navigate this nightmare without losing her soul in the process. The dialogue was sharp, the stakes were sky high, and I was literally on the edge of my seat, biting my nails down to the quick. But wait, because the plot twist of the century was lurking right outside the door. Hot take. But I am actually ascending over Will Spencer's character arc right now. Will Spencer, the absolute stealth ninja of Los Angeles, has been silently tracking Dylan's every move. He knew something was off. He could sense the shift in her energy, the secretive phone calls, the panicked looks. Will's out here doing the absolute most, lurking in the hallways like a literal superhero. He secretly followed her to the apartment, completely undetected. The camera panning to Will, standing in the dimly lit hallway, listening to the muffled voices inside. Chills. Literal chills all over my body. Is it just me, or is Will Spencer suddenly the most compelling character on this entire roster? He didn't just walk away. He didn't just assume she was having a secret rendezvous. He stayed, he listened, and when he realized the sheer magnitude of the danger Dylan was in, he made his move. The way Will burst into that apartment was pure, unadulterated cinematic perfection. He didn't knock. He didn't politely ask to come in. He breached that door like he was part of a SWAT team. And the look of absolute shock on Remy's face was the most satisfying thing I've seen in my entire life. I was screaming. I literally woke up my neighbors because I yelled so loud when Will stepped into that room. Remy's entire master plan imploded in a matter of seconds. You could see the gears turning in his manipulative brain, trying to figure out how to spin this, how to recover his leverage. But Will wasn't having any of it. Will's sudden, explosive appearance completely derailed the Deke Sharp setup. The dynamic shifted instantaneously. Remy went from being the apex predator to a cornered rat, and Will stood there like an absolute king, demanding answers. The power shift was palpable, and I am low-key obsessed with this new protective side of Will. Mainly, we have to talk about the impossible choice that is now staring Melissa Dillon right in the face. Will is standing there looking at her with a mixture of confusion, concern, and betrayal. Remy is glaring at her silently, threatening to leak the deepfakes if she says a single word. Dylan is frozen. The silence in that room was deafening. She has to make a split-second, destiny-altering decision. Does she confess everything? Does she break down, tell Will about the deepfakes, expose Remy's true identity, and risk the absolute destruction of her Forrester career and her friendship with Elektra? Or does she double down? I genuinely think she should just lie to Will and protect herself. Because, no wait, actually that is a terrible idea. What am I even saying? She needs to confess right this second before the lie gets even bigger. If she lies to Will now, she is digging a grave so deep she will never climb out of it. She needs to trauma dump the entire truth onto Will right now. She needs to tell him that Remy is a psycho blackmailer. Yes, the deepfakes are terrifying. But Will is a Spencer. He has access to billions of dollars, tech experts, and Bill Spencer's entire dark network. Will could literally have those deepfakes scrubbed from the internet before breakfast. Dylan just needs to trust him. Yet the fear is paralyzing her. You can see the wheels turning in her head. If she confesses, the truth comes out. Elektra will find out that Dylan has been harboring a fugitive blackmailer. Elektra will be utterly devastated. We already know that Elektra is going to shut the door on their friendship forever once she learns the truth. The heartbreak that is barreling toward Elektra is going to be catastrophic. Elektra trusted Dylan, and finding out that she was plotting with Remy, even under duress, is going to shatter that trust into a million pieces. And we all know RJ Forrester is going to swoop right in to comfort Elektra, turning this entire mess into a massive tangled web of Forrester Spencer Logan drama. But right now in that apartment time is standing still. Dylan is looking at Will, looking at Remy, and the episode just cuts to black. I am literally unwell. How are they going to leave us on a cliffhanger like that? I need the next episode immediately. I need to know if Dylan finds the courage to stand up to Remy and expose his vile deepfake threats, or if she cowers and tries to spin another lie to get Will out of the room. This confrontation is the defining moment of Melissa Dillon's entire character arc. This is the moment that will dictate whether she loses absolutely everything she has built, or if she finds an unexpected ally in Will Spencer. Besties, my brain is basically a buffering wheel right now. The emotional whiplash of this storyline is too much to handle. I am oscillating between pure hype for Will's hero moment and total disbelief over the absolute cruelty of Remy's deepfake blackmail. Dylan is in the fight of her life, and I am going to be right here analyzing every single micro-expression until we get answers. Drop your hottest takes in the comments right now. Do you think Dylan is going to confess, or is she going to lie to Will's face? I need to know. I am not the only one spiraling over this. Stay tuned, because this tea is scorching hot and we are just getting started.